Caution. Incoming extreme stupidity.
3, 2, 1. Bye. What's going on, YouTube? My name is Simon Sniped and welcome to the channel. In today's review video, we're going to take a look at the new Awakened unit here in the global service, Awakened Yoo Mina. I'll be taking a look at her as a unit in general, her stats and skill analysis, and how she fares in PvE and PvP. At the end of it all, I'll also give you my personal verdict for the unit so you can decide if you want to pull for her or not. Before jumping in, as usual, this is an objective review where I lay out the information of the character and provide you with a logical analysis. And if you are free to play, consider your priorities, resources, and what makes you happy playing the game, then judge for yourself. If you are a spender of any kind, this review should at least be able to give you an idea if she is a hard skip or not. Without further ado, let's get into it. Awakened Yoo Mina is our game's protagonist, and after she enables her Clive factor, unlocking her potential to be an
absolute cancer to humanity.
Extremely powerful character. If you follow the story, Awakened units in general are residents of the game's universe, which have an innate element similar to DNA or bloodline, which allows them to tap into powers humanly impossible. As a playable character, Awakened Yoo Mina is a 6-cost striker unit capable of absolute destruction. Upon entering the battlefield, she overshoots the location where she is deployed by a short distance and dealing AoE damage at the destination. Her entire kit is very straightforward as well. Just so I don't get too long-winded, technically she's designed to deal damage. Lots of it. To prove my point, let's first take a look at her stats. Awakened Mina boasts one of the highest amount of base attack stat in the game. She is one of the few units that can compete neck and neck with Xiaolin and her rearm variations in terms of raw damage output. Depending on the situation and gear, Awakened Mina might sometimes outdamage Xiaolin. Maybe. Now moving on to her skills, Awakened Yoo Mina's basic attack basically swings Wolf Bane around and hits up to 2 enemies closest to her. Extremely easy and straightforward. No additional effects. Her passive Wolf Fangs allows Awakened Mina to enter the battle dealing AoE damage to 2 valid targets and gain a perfect evasion and attack speed buff, which lasts for 4 seconds. Now this is her strongest and sole mechanic, which allows her to not have the durability of a piece of paper. The reason for that is because perfect evasion allows her to dodge all incoming damage unless the source of the damage has a considerably high amount of hit or has a surefire effect. However, at this point in the game, there is no unit that has that mechanic at the moment. And if you're wondering, dodging in this game, how the mechanic works, technically any attack that is missed, or basically the unit dodged the attack, you will still receive a certain amount of damage. However, the debuff does not land. Pretty simple. Moving on to a special skill, Sword Blaster. Technically, Awakened Yoo Mina deals AoE damage hitting up to 3 targets and silences the targets for 6 seconds, which doesn't work on bosses. And for her ultimate skill, Wolf's Bane Legacy, she swings Wolf Bane around some more and deal her thunder damage. Now let's combine her entire skill kit and stat distribution to really understand what Yoo Mina actually is. Now if you combine the raw attack stat damage of Yoo Mina as a Awakened unit plus what her skill kit actually gives her, she becomes a freaking nuclear missile with all sorts of anti-air countermeasure. Imagine an artillery nuclear missile coming in from the sky and all your anti-air fences just don't work. Awakened Mina is meant to instantly deal a large amount of damage upon a few seconds of deployment. Now this is made possible due to her ETB effect, the enter the battle effect, and her special skill firing off. She's able to dig into the midline of the enemies where most rangers are and instantly deletes them if they aren't well protected. Now more so when Awakened Yoo Mina is a striker, which has a role advantage against rangers too. Now what makes her even more cancerous, powerful, is that the perfect evasion passive which she gets upon deployment is refreshed after a few basic attacks. Well, to be very specific, every 3 basic attacks. Making her nigh impossible to hit stun and kill using any raw damage other than from a sniper. So the best way to utilize her would be to time and position her deployment where she can land and hit as many backline enemies as possible. Using Awakened Mina practically in a PvE fight, it's a no-brainer. You can just drop her wherever. You want her to complete her enter the battle animation where you want to deal the most damage and just leave her do her thing. And as for PvP, technically you want her to dig deep into the mid lines like I just mentioned just now, and you just delete everything, suddenly you just win the game. So let's specifically look at the PvE aspect of the game and let's see how Awakened Yoo Mina fares in all of them. Now, other than for Danger Close, Awakened Mina is going to probably top the DPS charts and making your life very easy as far as DPS required to clear any objective until much later in the game. She only rarely shines in PvE content where speed is a concern. For example, trying to clear a stage under 1 minute or pushing for a quicker run for Danger Close. There are other ways to use the 6 costs used to deploy Awakened Mina that brings more to the table, I would say. Her skill kit is highly selfish as nothing actually provides any benefit to the team except for dishing out pure and raw unadulterated damage. So as far as PvE is concerned, she is not necessary but a good addition to have. There are no content in the game that is gated if you do not have Awakened Yoo Mina. Moving on to PvP, technically let me first get this off my chest, she's going to absolutely the meta for a very long time. Now, although it is only my speculation, but at this point in the game, there is nothing to stop a well-geared Awakened Yoo Mina from absolutely wrecking any squishy units in the backlines or from her slapping your ship to death. Her perfect evasion allows her to tank and avoid so much CC that it's not even funny. The only easy way to deal with her, I repeat, the only easy way, not the only way, to deal with her is to use a hard-hitting sniper, for example, Xiaolin. Awakened Yoo Mina also works really well with siege teams because of her ETB effect and since she rushes forward, getting into the thick of things as well. You're going to experience a lot of pain when she does that. Considering all that, I would rate Awakened Mina an unwilling 7 out of 10. Now, for those who followed me for a while, you know just how much emotional damage Awakened Mina has done to me in the C servers. She'll be causing a lot of pain and hopelessness when people send her your way in the global servers, and there is nothing you can do about it other than using your own Awakened Yoo Mina. In PvE, she won't be shining much, but in PvP, I reckon she's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Now, for free-to-plays, if you have the resources to get her and have enough for the next Awakened unit, by all means, go for it. For spenders of all kinds, just know that Awakened Mina will never be a waste of your money. And that's it for this video. Now, I've tried my best to be as neutral as I can, because if you ask me, I would say, you know, just be nice to humanity and screw this piece of shit cancer, but alas, you know, I can't say that, which I just did anyway. So make your own decisions. Jokes aside, I hope this video was still able to be of help. If it did, actually, you know what, even if it didn't, do hit the like and subscribe button for more videos like this and tell me what you think of her in the comment section below. Until the next video, I'll see you again soon. Bye.